Hello there. My name is Cooper, and I'm here to give a brief tutorial for teachers and academic advisors on how to gamify their educational programs. To start off, many of you may be asking what is gamification, and how does it apply to teaching and academics? Gamification is the use of game logic, game mechanics, and game thinking outside of video games in order to engage users and solve problems. The idea is to make education more engaging and meaningful to students inside and outside of school. As video games become increasingly relevant in the lives of children and adults, regardless of gender, we would serve to better motivate ourselves using the same tactics video games use to reinforce and encourage further play. There are many ways to do this, but we're going to start with grassroots grading. I will be speaking as a Canadian student, but the concept should be applicable to most academic grading models around the world. Students are graded on a letter numerical grading system. Each letter is applied to a grade range. A level A student typically scores above average, a level B student typically scores at the average government level, C level students score slightly below the average, and D students are considered failing. In Canada, the letter grading system is foregone after elementary school, and the student is presented with an end-of-the-year average, which is the mean score of their efforts throughout the semester. Now, this grading system is not bad, but there is a bad mindset associated with it. The first problem is that if a student does well, then there is significant stress associated because the student theoretically may have nowhere to go but down. Meanwhile, a student that performs poorly is expected to continue to perform poorly. Game grading fixes this mindset without changing how assignments are grading. The way this is done is changing the perspective in which assignments are graded, where progress is used to incentivize hard work, not the fear of failure. In video games, progress begets progress, which is a concept we're going to use. Now you may be asking yourself, how does game grading work? I want your students to look at assignments differently. Instead of a student earning a grade, they will earn experience points, or XP, which will go towards earning levels required to graduate, which will also equate to a grade. Let's use an example. Let's imagine you instructed a course which assessed students based on 4 tests, each worth 15%, 2 term projects, each worth 10%, and a final project worth 20%. Okay, so let's take that same example and apply an XP model to it. Under the new grading system, students, all start at level 1 and will progress to level 100 over the course of the semester. This model works with the current grading system since experience points need only be applied to grade weights. The only thing the teacher may need to figure out is level progression. Using this model, you can tell that the student will gain a level for every 100 XP earned. Luke is partway through his semester. He's completed 3 tests and 2 assignments. Luke got 77% on his first test, 81% on his second test, and 79% on his third test. On his first assignment, he scored a 90%, and on his second assignment, he scored a 70%. Now when you multiply his test scores as a percentage multiplied by the allocated XP per assignment, you'll figure out how much experience points he actually earns per assignment. As you can see, Luke earned just over 1200 XP on his first test, 1100 XP on his second, 1100 again on his third, and he also earned 900 on his first assignment and 700 on his second assignment. In total, Luke has earned over 5100 XP, which equates to Luke being level 51. Using the current grading system, you'd be aware that Luke is currently earning a 79 average. Now many of you may be asking, why use this system? It seems awfully familiar to the current system being used. The first benefit of this system is the idea of the growing reward. This model provides constant encouragement since a student's grade theoretically can only go up. A student may fail a test, but they will still gain levels because that test is worth a certain amount of experience points, which will contribute to a grade later on. This will help students push for that higher level. It allows for easy benchmarking for students because once they reach level 25, 50, and even 75, they feel a sense of achievement because they know in the case of level 50 that they are done at least 50% of the course. This model works for all levels of academia and can still be used for comparable performance assessments. Furthermore, it's an easily adjustable system where teachers can incorporate bonus experience, level rewards, and even achievements. I've pretty much summarized everything I have to say about game grading, so I'd like to touch on achievements. I believe teachers could greatly improve the social atmosphere and the academic atmosphere of their classrooms with the use of achievements. Students could earn achievements for good behavior, academic achievement, and helping their peers, but there's a lot more potential in that idea. Imagine if there was an achievement that said, if at least 10 students got 1500 XP on their first test, the entire class would get a bonus 100 XP. This achievement would not only promote students to be more ambitious to work hard as a group, they might actually help each other. It motivates students to work as a team and to root for one another instead of belittling those who do poorly or resenting those who do well. In this way, even the highest achieving students can score higher with their peers' assistance, and the lower achievers will support the higher achievers because their success will help their own grade. As I said earlier, progress begets progress. If you're looking for other gamification tools to help interest students, check out alternate reality games like I Love Bees and Year Zero. In conclusion, our society has become increasingly attracted to video games. This pastime may be one of the major distractions stopping your students from studying for that upcoming test in your class. So why not use the same motivation those games use to keep players hooked for hours to motivate your students to complete assignments, study for tests, and most importantly, enjoy and succeed in their educational endeavors. If you are a teacher or know teachers, please share this around. I think gamification can only have a positive impact on education. If you are looking for more resources on gamification, there are plenty available. I hope you found this informative and I wish you the best.